Hey everyone, welcome back to the bench and to part 2 of wire wrapped eye loops. Now you're probably wondering why I'm doing another video on wire wrapped eye loops. Well, you know I like to go into details and really explain everything as well. So in the last video I showed you the very basic way of doing a wire wrapped eye loop. It's what you would learn. You go to a beading workshop, it's probably one of the first things they teach you how to do, so you can put earrings together. And also if you would come to me and we were to sit down and you wanted super basic wire jewellery lessons, first thing I would teach you. But the second thing I would teach you is how to take the wire wrap eye loop and stylize it and make it attractive and make it part of your design. So what am I talking about? Let's have a look. Here we go. So it's just taking it and using it as a bead cap, stylizing it and making it a little bit more, making it attractive to look at as well. So yeah, so whenever I make a wire wrapped eye loop, that's what I do now. I very rarely do the traditional style with the neck going around. Very, very rarely. Always do this, because it just looks so much good. And you can do this on quite small beads. Those are the beads I've been using in the last few videos as well. So those are only 8 to 9 mil. So you can see that it can be quite small. And it's a very simple task to do. It's not particularly too hard. It's exactly the same as what I showed you in the last video. The only difference is slightly is that we're going to move the loop closer to the bead so you don't have much of a neck. And we're not going to quite pull tight as we come round. And I'm going to show you how to do that little flourish at the end there. Brilliant. All right, should we crack on and let's have a look at what tools we're going to use today. As usual, before we move on, let's have our tool talk of what I'm going to be using today. Pretty well much the same as what I showed you in the last video. We're going with round nose pliers, need our chain nose, flat nose, flush cutters, pair of nylon jaw pliers to help straighten some wire, marker pen, trusty metal ruler, some head pins you've either bought or you made. Hopefully you've made them because you watched the video 2 videos back now. And wire size that we will be using today, we're going to be using a bit of 20 gauge, which is 0.8 mil. And let me have a quick look at the bead. So bead size, again, we're going to use 8 to 9 mil. And I do have a rondelle here. Let's have a quick look what size we've got here. So yeah, you can see it's about 13 mil wide, and it's actually about that thick. That doesn't really matter. Why I've chosen this bead is because it's got a nice flat edge here, and what we're about to do always looks really good, like I say, on a bead that emphasizes the bead cap we're about to make. Excellent. Right, should we crack on? Right, before we get started, like I showed you in the last video, take your marker pen, take your round nose pliers and mark where the size of the loop you want. Again, I'm coming down about 5 mil. I'm going to mark all the way around. You can see it's come off quite easy, so don't ever worry about marking your pliers up. It will rub off very quickly. There we go. Excellent. So all my loops are going to be that size. So to start off with here, we're just going to use some head pins. I'm just going to use the really small bead to start with because it'll be a great one to show you how to do it with a fiddly bead. So popping your head pin on, like so. Now the difference here from the last video is that we don't want a neck at all. So what I recommend you do here, maybe take your flat nose and then fold the wire down. There we go. Nice and tight to the bead. You can even use your fingers here. There we go. Like so. I'm just going to straighten that up. So there we go. You can see what I've done there. Nice as tight to the bead as I could possibly get it. Then we're going to take our round nose pliers. Now there's a little bit of a tricky bit here. So we're going to come on in. We don't want to create a neck, but we still need to get the round nose pliers in as close to the bead as possible. So you might have to pinch it in a little bit and open up your bend, but you can see what I've done there. See, I'm as tight to the bead as I possibly can be. I'm going to take that wire, I'm going to fold it over one of the jaws of the pliers so you can see the loop starting to make. So yeah, it's starting to make it. Again, open your pliers up and then bring the wire round to the other side, either underneath or that side, which way you want to go. Remember, making a pair of earrings here, so the next one I'm going to want to do opposite. So I'm going to pull that in, like so. Now, doesn't look much good at the moment, does it? No, it really doesn't. So this is where we've got to sit there for a quick second, and we're just going to shape it. So we're going to bring our pliers in, and we're going to tuck it in tight like that, Oh, there we go. It's starting to look a bit more like a loop, but we still need to centralize it just a little bit. So place on your round nose pliers again. And also this is an opportunity to just take the shape of the pliers better. Have that extra few seconds of shaping. There we go. And then we're just going to move it up, turn it up. There we go. It's getting a bit more central there. A little bit more central. Don't worry about it. We will centralize it even better. So we're now to start making our bead cap. So again, we're going to place this back onto our pliers, like so. Now for the first part of the wrap, I do use my pliers and just pull a little tight. I want that first one to be tight. I'm only going around once, really. Oh, I'm going to stop there. Stop. I've gone round nearly once. Now, the reason I've stopped here, oh, there we go, in focus, there we are. If you look closely, it's not quite circle, it's a little bit oblong. If I was to carry on making my bead cap now, it'd be slightly out of shape. So this is where chain nose, because you want the point. Get in there, just stop there for that, again, extra few seconds, squeeze it tight, and try and make it as circular as possible. Even sit there and adjust your loop. There we go, that's looking a lot better. There we go, better focus there. It's a little bit more. Now, pop it back onto your round nose pliers. And now this bit I like to do by hand. You can use your pliers, but if you do use your pliers, you're not pulling tight. You're just gently pushing the wire around. So now, just remember to grip it with your grip tight here, but don't grip too tight because we don't want to actually dent the wire. There we go, and just start folding that wire around. There we go, starting to make the bead cap. And go as far as you can go. Cool. So I've gone as far as the wire will let me. For future designs, I might have made that head pin a little bit longer. And again, you can see it's not quite taken the shape perfectly. That's fine. Just a quick, there we go. Just a quick tease with the old chain nose gets it. So, right, this little bit here, we're going to want to turn that into a little bit of a flourish. Now, you want to keep this short. I always say about 4 to 5 mil, roughly, from where the wire leaves, but that's up to you. You work out your sizes as you go along. Right, let's make this little flourish. Right, before we go any further, now if I was to grab this with my tip pliers here, if I was to start bending it round, which I'm about to do, all you're going to do is undo everything you've done here. Now this is where it gets a little fiddly. I do apologize right now. What you need to do is you need to anchor the wire there with your thumb, like so, you see. Then come in tight with the tip of the wire, tip of pliers on the tip of wire, and turn inwards like that. There we go. There it is, sticking up a little bit. That's all. But flat nose. Push it down. There we go. Now be careful when you do this. Now I did notice I just hit, I got a little scratch on my bead. There we go. Little scratch on my bead. That's when I was digging in. That's my fault. Just be careful. That's all. You probably find if I had had a little bit more wire and I'd gone all the way round one more time, that would have been a lot easier to do. It's just I didn't leave myself enough wire on those head pins. There we go. Let's do it again so you can see it again. Let's grab another bead. I've got the other head pin. Oops, I just dropped that. There's the other head pin. Let's do it again. Again, so placing on the head pin. Like I say, use your pliers or your hands. Fold it down so it's nice and tight next to the bead. Round nose pliers. Come in and see how I pinch up there, up to the joint, up to the bend, there, like so. Bring the wire over the top. Now, if you remember rightly, I went on the inside last time. I'm going to go on the outside this time to make sure this is opposite to the other earring I'm making. So again, open your pliers up, bring them around the top, then bring your wire underneath and create the loop. There we go. Not very not in the right shape. Flat nose pliers in. There we go. Squeeze it tight. It's got better shape on it now. Much better shape. That's better focus as well. Pop it back onto your pliers. Again, spend that extra couple of seconds shaping it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Like so. Cool. Happy with it. Back onto the pliers. And then, like I said, the first wrap, use your pliers, your flat nose or chain nose, help bring it round, just helps get it tighter. You want that first wrap tight, because that's the wrap that pulls the head pin tight into the bead. Again, go around just the once. Stop. Have a look. Tidy up. Chain nose. Get in there. Give it a squeeze. Give it a squeeze. Get a better shape on it. That's better. That's better. I'm happy with that. Centralize that loop in a second. Let's get that on there. That's a bit better. Oh, we've got a little bit of a gap there. That's all right. We can get away with that. Back onto the bead, and then gently start bending it round, following the wires. That you don't want to pull, like I say, don't pull tight, because all you do is you'll just pull the wire underneath the bead cap. Like I say, go until, there we go. It's about the same as what I had last time, roughly. Again, actually pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. It's not looking too bad. There we go. And now, again, like I say, anchor the wire here with thumb. God, I did choose the smallest bead to show you this on, didn't I? I really did. It's all right. I got a nice bit of amethyst on the next one to show you, and we'll do it again. So we're going to do that again. Oh, you can see where anchoring comes important here. Oh, this is going to, because it's going the opposite direction that I did last time. There we go. It's going around. There we go. Wait, dropped it. Not too bad. We're going to get that round. Close it up, actually. And again, flat nose pliers just to help take the shape. Gentle. There we go. A little bit rushed. I can do them a little bit neater than that. I think in the next video I'm going to have to start getting you to file your ends of your wire, because that's what I would normally do. But as again, I don't want to bog you beginners down with lots of stuff at the moment. But there we go. That's how to do that. Right, let's do it again. But with one of these, and let's put a loop either side so it's like becomes a component in a necklace, bracelet, or whatever you're making here. So let's grab your ruler, and this is where you're going to need your, well, here we go, your 20 gauge. Now, I'm going to cut enough wire for this bead, but you're going to have to work out your own wire lengths at home. Trial and error. So I'm just going to go with 12. That's all I need. And also, I'm going to make sure I'm flush cut at both ends of my wire. Just means I can use all the wire itself. Again, just with your ruler, I forgot to say this, mark the center of the wire. It's 12, 6 centimeters. There we go. Grab your bead or your rondelle bead, place it on your middle mark. Fold one wire one way, one side, and the other side the other way. There we go. You can see what I've done there. Already shown you how to do that. Then, same again. Let's create the cap. Let's create the loops first. Run those pliers. Bring them in gently. So they're still nice and tight to the bead. See that? Nice and tight. Bring that wire over. And down. Open your pliers up. Stick into your mark. And then bring that wire around to the back. And out the other side. Again, you can see there. You can see it doesn't work so well. So stop. Get your flat nose in, create the loop. Now the loop is not the size I want it to be. That's fine. But put back on your pliers, your round nose pliers that is, and then reshape. Oh, it's really awkward to do this on camera. I will say this. I feel a bit cack-handed sometimes when working. I don't know if you've noticed, I've gone over to shorthandle Tronics just so I can make some more room working on the camera. Let's bring that wire down. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go, that's better. Cool. I'm not happy with that. I am not happy with that. But we'll come back to it. We'll reshape it. Don't worry. It's always good to have mistakes while you're working something like this. I can show you how I get out of them. Anyway, do the loop the other side as well. So one loop one side, do the loop the other side before you even start wrapping. Now remember, I went underneath last time. Let's go the other side. So it's the opposite. So the one's anti-clockwise, one's clockwise. That one's a bit better. I'm happier with that one. But let's just shape that. Right, before we make the caps, again, before we wrap round, take that extra few seconds. Well, to shape everything. There we go, that's better. There we go. Right. Cool. You should have something that looks like this. See the wire going that way? Turn it over. That way. So they're opposite from each other. We can reshape them. I'm still not happy with that one, but we'll get there. Don't worry. Right. Put the first wrap in. So back onto the round nose pliers. Remember, like I said, use the first wrap. Use your pliers to help. Just pull it that bit tight so it helps to. There we go. Just go around the once. Same the other side. Turn it over. Same the other side. I'm going to wrap around the once. Got that. There we go. Stop. Have a look. Tidy up time. Chain those pliers. Get in there. And try and get it as circular as possible. You really want to get that circular shape because you've got a circular bead. You don't want an oblong cap. Well, best you possibly can. There we go. Pretty pleased with that. It's not looking too bad. Now, again, pop it back onto your pliers. And then just using your fingers this time, make your bead caps. See, that's coming nice. Not too bad. Not looking too bad. Pretty pleased with that. And keep going till you get the size you want. I'm going to stop there for the moment because obviously we need to leave space for the little loop, and I'm going to run out of room of bead in a minute. So pop, change over, do the other side. Whee! He's dropping it. Keep going again until you've matched, got the same amount of loops as the other side. Now what you'll notice here, you should finish, because you've gone opposite from each other, one side's clockwise, one side is gone the other way, you should finish opposite from each other here. So your little flourishes. So choose that little spot that would be works out better for you. So there's a bit of room here, I think. It's a little bit tight this side. So let's trim off. I don't think I need to wrap around anymore because otherwise I'm going to run out of bead. Let's trim off. So let's see what we got here. So you're looking to measure, like I say, it's about 4 to 5 mil. Again, I wouldn't blame you. I know I'm not a fan of eyeballing and things like that and measure everything. I'm a big precision person. At times like this, once you get used to making these things and you do them over and over and over again, you'll be eyeballing it because you know exactly what 5 mil looks like. But for the moment, let's measure. So trimming off, leaving about 5 mil of wire, making sure we flush cut from where it leaves the bead cap. Same again the other side, about 5 mil. All depends how big your loops are. really. Again, making sure everything is flush cut. Back over to the chain nose pliers. Whoops-a-daisy. Now again, this is going to be a little bit easier to do now because it's slightly bigger, and I can anchor a little bit better there. So again, anchoring here, because as I say, if I start doing this, all it's going to do is just undo everything we've done. So get your thumb in there, anchor, and now very tip of your round nose onto the tip of your wire and bring it round. That's better. Got it. And see how much easier it is with a slightly larger bead. That's better. It's a lot easier when you got a larger bead. Do the same on the other side. And you know what? I will say this. It's bloody fiddly when you go back the opposite direction that you're used to working in. There we go. Come on round them. There we go. In she goes. Ooh, that one's going to need a little bit of TLC with the old flat nose. Oh, that's nice. Quite nice. There's a little bit of a sharp edge there. Let's see if we can't close it up just a touch. That's better. Can't feel nothing. There we go. Bead cap. Made from a wire wrapped eye loop. And there you go. Perfect component ready for a necklace or a bracelet. Nice one, people. Excellent. Cool. There you go, everybody. How to stylize the simple wire wrapped eye loop. How to take it to the next level and just give it a little bit more. It really is. I can guarantee you, practice that, have a go at it, and you won't ever do the old school wire wrapped eye loop again. You'll do that one every single time because it just looks so much better, especially when you're patina. It really brings it out, highlights those lines in the spirals, and makes that flourish, that little flourish in. Pop. Now, you don't have to do the little flourish at the end, but it's always worth doing. But I will warn you again, be careful when you do it. When you're screwing into the bead and you're turning it, just be careful that you don't scratch the bead, especially if you've got a soft stone like I did with turquoise just then, or even if you're using like coloured pearls, things like that. You're going to take the paint off them. So be just a warning, everybody. Just be careful on that one. That's all. Yeah, nice one. So it's been great fun doing this. I've really enjoyed this, and I just want to remind everybody, please like, share, subscribe if you're really enjoying this, and if you're really loving these videos and these free workshops I do, maybe come on over to Patreon, join one of my tiers, even if it's my only buy me a cup of coffee tier, and show me some support there. That'd be great. Excellent, everybody. I really look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. To support this channel and help me keep making more videos, please come on over to join my Patreon, where you'll get early access to all my videos, free downloads of my books and tutorials, and entries into my giveaways and more.